We're pretty much going to go over what the arena def is, how to rename files, and how to add them in hex. All right, so the first thing we need to understand is what the arena def is. The arena def is literally everything, all the arena information is in there. So in your arena data, all right, when you pull up your arena data, you will notice there is a slot for arena JSFB. This is what controls everything your arena is made. This is the arena def. This is where the slot goes. All right, now arena def kind of looks like this. So you have ID3, which is arena preloader, 26 is the arena default, ID4 is usually the barricade, ID8 is usually the ceiling light, 23 is usually the stadium. There's also extra JSFBs to add. It depends on how or who made the arena. 12 is floor mattress, 11 is fence, 15 is IBL, 7 is crowd, 21 is sky dome. Sometimes 31 and 32 are like other lights, but for this arena it's wall, wall left, wall R. 10 is floor, 28 is Titantron. Some of them have Minitrons. It depends what the arena has. Like on this instance right here, ID 20 is a Minitron. As like I was saying before, it really just depends on what base that you use. I mean, the IDs don't essentially matter per se, outside of like the main ones. Like 3, 26, 4, 10, 12, and 8 are probably like the main ones, which is preloader, ring default, barricade, and ceiling light, and stadium. Pretty much the main ones. Usually they're always the same. Everything else can usually switch up, like 12 floor mattress, fence. Sometimes what's the fence? Oh yeah, fence is the thing on the stage, like on the sides. That's the fence, and then barricade is around the ring. I'm trying to see which one's the Minitron. Sometimes is referred to as the stage, which has all the stage pieces. So that's kind of like an overview of the arena def. There's no easy way to like explain it because that's what it is. I spent hours inside this to understand how arenas work. So if you're not willing to dedicate this time, then I really don't know what to tell you, to be honest with you. So if you want to look at the arena assets, it's just go into arena, big 00 arena, and look inside main. This is where you see a lot of the stage pieces, like I mentioned before. I think, where they at? Oh, here we go. It's like the MDLs for the stages. A lot of them are like this. As you can see, this is the MDL. It doesn't have much, but other arenas do. So mostly everything is going to be in the commonness, which is your apron, arena, ceiling lights. All right, now ceiling lights is very important because a lot of people have been wondering how to add Blaze's new arenas. Shout out to Matt Fick. All his arenas are installed on new slots, which I'll show you in a second. Let me see if I can. Alright, so there's my folder. Shout out to Matt Fick. So if you look at his arenas and his commonness folders, all his stuff are named stuff that's not in the games. Like WrestleMania 31 is not in the game. 23 is not in the game. 26, where's the header? 2020, like these are not in the game. So everything, all his assets are basically renamed, which I talked about in my last video. But Blaze's new arenas do not. So if you're looking at, if you go into commonness, it's just replacing stuff that's already in the game, which is SmackDown 21, which is kind of like a default. These are like the default arenas. So if you notice here, Blaze made his Raw Titantron to have this header piece over the ring. So any asset, any arena that uses Raw 2021 header Titantron, so anything that has that basic Titantron that Raw has, whichever the default is going to look like this because he named the file something that replaces in the game. Like I showed you how Matt Fick makes his arenas. They don't replace anything that's in the game. So basically all you need to do is watch the other video of how to, we don't need to go into that. But basically his arena doesn't do that. So what you need to do is you need to link this file right here, this MDL, needs to be linked to its own JSFB. As you can see, there's no JSFB in here, which is how we're gonna make one. We're gonna make one. Basically, all we're gonna do is take this JSFB that it uses and add it to its own slot in the arena def, which I showed you before. So this doesn't replace replace any of the default stuff in the game. All right, y'all, welcome to the video. This is gonna be a tutorial guide on how to add custom items like for arenas, or basically any way for you to add assets into JSFBs, to add into your master JSFBs and arena files.